Okay, so I am privileged to have been preceded by several speakers that covered most of the aspects and features I was planning to cover in this talk. Well, I will be focusing on some of the use cases involving immersive technologies, the benefits of emerging technologies such as VR and AR for the cultural heritage preservation and promotion. Well, I will start here by a quote from the Assistant Director General that stresses the fact that digital transformation is bringing a lot of benefits to the cultural heritage sector. And actually, there is a need for digitalization or the digital transformation. Actually, we use different terminologies that at the end of the day have more or less the same meaning for cultural heritage, okay? Well, under the umbrella of the digital transformation of cultural heritage, well, we have several facts we can share here. So the rapid advances in information and communication technologies has profoundly impacted the cultural industry, among others, especially in the framework of this pandemic. We've seen that digital transformation was accelerated across sectors in different areas, from education, telework or remote working, and so on and so forth. Cultural institutions are commonly on the forefront of technological innovation, persistently exploring compelling ways to address new audiences and introduce novel means of interaction with cultural assets, thus transforming, enriching, and enhancing the perceived cultural experience. Cultural heritage is currently entering a revolutionary phase thanks to the COVID, as it was mentioned. So digital transformation of human activities at all its levels and facets is strongly impacted by the digital transformation. And more specifically, immersive technologies such as VR, AR, or extended reality, digital twins, and some of other technologies that were already discussed and presented in the framework of the former talks present amazing tools for the efficient preservation and promotion of the tangible and intangible cultural heritage. There are several opportunities, such as creating opportunities for cultural heritage promotion, enabling cultural heritage preservation, increasing cultural accessibility, support education, especially in areas such as history and civilization, creating job opportunities for youth, and enhancing research in relation to cultural heritage preservation and promotion. There are also some challenges that should be overcome to succeed in any strategy or experience in the framework of the digital transformation of the cultural sector. From those challenges, I can mention the first one, which is related at the strategy, because any country or institution should have a strategy that should focus on to overcome aspects like lack of cultural heritage digitization plan, policy, and procedures. Also, human capital is key for success in this endeavor, and I'll come later on to discuss more this aspect. Lack of knowledge to select metadata for elements for cultural digital collections. And the last one is related to the lack of digital technology infrastructure. After all, we are using here all kinds of technologies and the technology infrastructure, either hardware or software. In this slide, you can see some of the technologies that are harnessed for the digital transformation of the cultural sector, from drones, blockchain, big data, cloud computing, 5G, 4G, and so on and so forth, without talking, of course, about all the myriad applications and technologies and framework of immersive technologies. We need also some 3D scanners, which are key to digitize all the historical and cultural assets. So 3D-fine cultural heritage assets is key also for for the success in this endeavor. We have different technologies available that allows to, to have 3D models of all kind of assets. You see in this slide, we have even a 3D model of an entire city. Well, other technologies required for, immersive experiences using VR, AR, any other technologies are the different headsets. You see here the evolution of the technology from 2000 up to today. Today we have the HoloLens 2 that was launched recently by Microsoft, which is providing good, I would say, virtual experience for augmented reality or extended reality. This is also important, I think, to see the trend, how the technology is accepted or received within communities and societies. So there is a survey that was organized in 2017 by an organization called Opinion that included about 16,000 consumers that indicated that they want to use VR and AR for cultural heritage. 84% of them said yes for this question. The trend is also that virtual and augmented reality ultimately will become as popular as smartphones, within the next few years. So probably this is also reflecting the state of maturity of the technology and also the development of the world or global ecosystem around all those technologies. Well, in terms of immersive technologies, let's look here at the different, definitions, starting here with from real environment to virtual environment, going through, augmented reality and augmented virtuality. So you have also the mixed reality in between for different scenes, as you can see here. So, okay, and there are also different, I would say, other immersive technology will present in the next slide. Well, as it was explained before, there is a kind of explosion of immersive technologies offers, which present unprecedented opportunities for learning, communication, and entertainment in cultural spaces. These technologies allow access to showcasing to vast collections with detail and from different points of view, regardless of space limitations. Exploration of historical and cultural artifacts while ensuring their preservation, simulated manipulation of artifacts, additional information about artifacts and context, comparing artifacts or placing them in scenarios. So I think that all those technologies, and what they allow was already discussed in detail in the former presentation. So the affordance of low-cost immersive technologies urges cultural organizations to rethink, reimagine, and perhaps reshape the very concept of museums and cultural heritage sites. Well, there are some few definitions I would share here, but I will just skip the first two ones. They were already covered. And they will probably focus on extended reality, which is a kind of mix between AR or augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. Okay. The other immersive technology is the digital twin, which is not only the virtual representation of an asset, but it includes other technologies that would probably allow interaction with any historical asset, receiving information about probably the health of the asset and so on and so forth, based on other digital technologies such as Internet of Things and sensors and so on and so forth. I would not also cover the digital. It was discussed in detail in the former talk. Well, you have here in this picture the digital twin for Notre Dame de Paris. I think that there were several quotes of this case in the former presentations, and I think digital twin was really key for the restoration of this site. In this slide, you can see another use case from Istanbul or Constantinople, using augmented reality to rebuild part of the wall of the city, which is also another interesting case to see. Smart cities actually are environments for digital transformation that cover all kinds of features, aspects, and activities. And I think culture, heritage would be also part of the smart cities that will harness all the technologies available in the framework of smart cities for all kinds of purposes that were already discussed, either for the promotion or preservation or conservation of the different assets within the smart city. In framework of the Interactive Digital Center at Ben Gurion, we have, we'll come later on in detail to this institute. We have different partners. From the partners we have Eon Reality, which is the industrial partner providing the virtual reality or extended reality technology that's used for different activities within the center. So the Eon Reality has launched recently a very interesting initiative, which is World Heritage Initiative based on Eon Reality. And in the framework of this initiative, there were several applications, several initiatives in different countries. So the one you have in this slide is related to Tutankhamun in Egypt. I'm sorry probably for the bad pronunciation of the name of the pharaoh. So here you can see a virtual replica of Tutankhamun and his tomb that was developed through the Eon XR. Eon XR is the Eon Reality's XR platform that allows to develop assets for XR or virtual reality in general. There is another example here for a chapel in Florence, Cavalcade of the Magic Chapel in Florence, Italy. Well, here you can see also the 360 virtual visit with annotation that's also developed in framework of the same XR platform. And you can see also the different annotations of drawing within the chapel. You have also this example which presents the Acropolis in Athens. So you can see quickly the video here. This is 360.
Acropolis was a general name for a raised, defensive, and religious part of an ancient Greek city.
The period when this was built in the 5th century is considered the high classical moment.
Especially to buildings in Washington, D.C.
Thank you. Can you stop, please, this video? Okay. Well, the IDC was inaugurated in February 2020, only a few weeks before the pandemic. And this center was established in a public-private partnership involving several institutions from Morocco and from the US. From Morocco, we have the two ministries, the Higher Education and Ministry of Industry. We have Mohammed V University, Digital Development Agency, University of Mohammed VI Polytechnics, Eon Reality, and USAID. Since then, the center started rolling out all kinds of activities in Morocco, especially in universities, in framework of the training programs. We have 4 training programs targeting to develop human capital here in Morocco in relation with XR technologies, with also target numbers of trainees for each program. The platform used and the curriculum used for the training is based on Eon XR development platform. You can see in this slide, the first cohort of the Virtual Reality Innovation Academy of the center that was graduated in December 2020. I think since we're not have enough time, probably we can just move to the presentation, please. Can you go back to the presentation? Okay, thank you. So let's focus here on some recommendations. So The first thing to say here is that immersive technologies offer unprecedented opportunities for the preservation and promotion of cultural and historic heritage. I think everybody agrees on this statement. So in order to leverage these opportunities, there are several requirements, mainly cultural heritage digitalization plan, policy, and procedures. So we need a strategy for the digitalization of all the cultural heritage. With also human capital, so training is also very important. So the involvement of training centers and institutions, universities is key for the success in this endeavor. Knowledge to select metadata elements for cultural digital collections, and digital technology infrastructure. So we need cloud infrastructure, connectivity, either 4G, Wi-Fi, and so on and so forth. We need headsets, we need software, and so on and so forth. So IDC Morocco is amazingly contributing to the raising awareness about immersive technologies, and to develop a pool of skilled human capital to leverage these technologies for different sectors. Thank you for your attention.